This morning we're going to keep it simple. We're going to have just bacon, eggs, grits, and toast. So, okay. On my last video, I said that I would tell how this has worked out so far. We started last Saturday. Actually, we started Friday. We did inventory to see what all we had that we could make quick and easy meals out of and use what we have on hand and figure out ways that we could use leftovers instead of just putting stuff in the refrigerator and then throwing it away. So that's worked out real well. The first day I made, we were going garage selling, so usually what we do is we stop and get us a biscuit somewhere, and so I decided to make us something before we left the house, so I made us a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Then for lunch, we had tuna sandwiches and one of those little bags of chips a piece. And then for Sunday, I had found some round steak that I had forgotten I had. And so I made round steak in a crock pot. We go to church a long ways away from home, so we usually don't get home to 12 o'clock, and then it's like, what am I going to eat? So I decided to plan it in advance. So we had the steak and gravy and rice, and I cooked way too much rice, and lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise salad, and lima beans. And so we had some of the steak and gravy left over, and I didn't want to eat it 2 days in a row, so I froze the leftover steak and gravy, and that's what we're having for lunch today. Then the second day, we had some soup that we had frozen, was in the refrigerator, homemade soup, and so I warmed that up for lunch, and I added the leftover lima beans to my lunch, to my soup, and then we ate the soup over rice that was left over. Then for breakfast, I had made tomato gravy and biscuit, and we had a little bit of leftover tomato gravy, and I put that in my soup also. And I froze my leftover biscuits, which I've never done before, and they just turned out so good frozen. I couldn't believe it, but anyway. Then Tuesday, my husband made shrimp, and I made French fries, and we had leftover French fries, so I put them in the refrigerator. And Wednesday morning, we had hash browns, which I chopped up the leftover French fries, and we had hash browns with cheese on them. And so, anyway, we've been able to use our leftovers instead of just throwing them away. Also, to my great surprise, I'm a diabetic, and my blood sugar stays out of control because I really don't watch what I eat. But anyway, to my surprise, my fasting blood sugar Monday morning was like 115. And it's been under, my fasting blood sugar's been under 200 all week long. Because I guess I'm kind of paying attention to what I eat and how much I'm eating, and trying to eat at a regular time. I don't know what, but anyway, it surprised me, but it did. My blood sugar's been lower. So I plan to kind of make videos and show what I'm cooking, and so if nothing else, I can keep up with what I'm doing. I cook my bacon in this little skillet. I have to cut it in half, but I don't know, it just works. I love grits for breakfast. My husband doesn't like grits, so I just have to make enough for me. So what I do is I have a little bowl, and I put about a half a cup of water. A little bit more than a half cup of water. A little bit of salt. And then 2 tablespoons of Quaker quick 5-minute grits. So I put them in the microwave for 4 minutes. So it takes a little bit of time to fry up this bacon. Sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself. I should have already had all my ingredients set out so I wouldn't have to look for them.